If you're gonna make any of my recipes, let it be this one. These are my almond butter cups. They're similar to a Reese's peanut butter cup, but kind of healthy. They're also gluten-free and vegan. What I love most about this recipe is that you only need one bowl and you don't have to bake them. You start with adding 1 cup of gluten-free oats to the bowl, then you add 1 cup of almond butter. You could also make these with cashew butter or peanut butter, but I love them with almond butter. Now it's time to sweeten them a little bit. I always use maple syrup because it's a vegan alternative, but you can use honey as well. So I'm adding 1/3 cup of maple syrup to the bowl. So this is just the base recipe, but here you could get a little creative and add whatever you like. You could add some cinnamon. I'm actually gonna try it with coconut next. For the next part of the recipe, you're gonna add a pinch of salt and then a teaspoon of organic vanilla extract. For the next step, we wanna thicken it just a little bit, so I add 1/4 cup of almond flour. See how easy that was? It literally only takes 5 minutes. And my entire family loves these. My daughter asks for them every week. I mix it by hand with a spatula. It only takes a few minutes, but you wanna make sure everything is really incorporated. We're almost done, so now you're gonna wanna go get a cupcake mold. I use the large size, but you could make mini ones if you like. You're gonna wanna place 1 liner in each of the cupcake molds. Now we're gonna make the base of each of the almond butter cups. I first form it into a little ball, and then I kind of smash it in between my hands to make a little disc shape. And then I place it right into the cupcake liner. And then you're just gonna repeat that until all of your dough is gone. Set those aside for now, and now it's time to make the topping. We're gonna do this on the stovetop because we're gonna melt down some chocolate. I add about a tablespoon of almond butter, and to sweeten it, I add about a tablespoon of maple syrup. If you wanna flavor it a little bit more, you could add a shake of cinnamon and a teaspoon of vanilla here as well. But I just blend it in slightly so it's mixed together, and then I add all of the chocolate chips. I would estimate I use about a half a bag, but sometimes it's a little more than half. If you're looking for a dairy-free option, I always use the brand Enjoy Life. They make the best chocolate. If the chocolate starts to get thick, like it's not melting perfectly, make sure you add a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Because sometimes if you add a maple syrup or an extracted chocolate, it'll start to get really thick. I can't describe the texture, but it won't melt properly. But if you add coconut oil to it, it'll reverse that. Now time for the fun part. Now we're gonna spoon the melted chocolate onto the top of each one of our almond butter cups, and make sure you smooth out the top so it covers it completely. And just repeat on each one until they're all covered in chocolate. The total time on this recipe is actually probably 10 minutes. It's super fast. And now the hardest part is just waiting just a little bit so the chocolate gets hard. Now you're just gonna throw them in the freezer, and you just wanna wait till the chocolate is hard. We actually just keep them in the freezer because we eat them so fast, so our entire family just knows to grab one out of the freezer, and we eat them within 2 days usually. After about 20 to 30 minutes, the chocolate is hard and they're ready to eat. You could also add some extra salt to the top if you like it more of a salted chocolate. Look how delicious these look. They're the perfect texture on the inside, and they make the perfect snack for any time of the day. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure you follow along for weekly healthy recipes.